Good evening, everybody, and I want to thank you for coming out to the Leafit Live Q&A webinar and spending this hour with us. We hope that this is time well spent for you. This evening is a very, very exciting evening. I've got some help on the call with me tonight that I'll be introducing to you here in just a moment. But the reason, if you have not heard yet, the reason this is so exciting is that the IT app at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time today went live in the iTunes store. So if you have an iOS 7.0 or above, so whatever iDevice you're using, you can download the app. This is what this call is going to be all about this evening. Let me just introduce a couple of folks here to you. I'm Ron Pope, Chief of Operations and Marketing. With me this evening, I have Lawrence Sal, our founder and CEO, and I want to take just a moment, Lawrence, and thank you for all your hard work and dedication to get the company to this point. And before we move forward at all, Lawrence, I just want to ask: do you want to address the folks on the webinar and share anything, or shall we go ahead and progress right into the Q&A?
I think I can do that while we're doing the Q&A, but I have a feeling it's going to be a long webinar. So I think we should dig right into it. But thank you, everybody. It's been a long and anticipated wait for this, and it's finally here, and it's just a starting line. So I think we should get started.
Excellent. Okay. The way that you're going to ask your questions this evening is very simple. Put it in your chat box, and you'll see that on the right-hand side of your screen. We'll be answering questions both verbally and written. The only questions being answered here this evening are going to be app-related. Okay. To help us with this, we have Mike Green, our executive founder, and one of our AAB members. AAB, if you're not familiar with that, that is the Associate Advisory Board. That is a board that we've put together with different leaders in the field to represent you guys, okay, to bring back different suggestions and give feedback on different things that we're looking at from corporate in rolling out. And so they get to get their eyes on it first and take a look at it and say, what they like about it. So that's what the AAB is. When you see that abbreviation, those are folks that we have hand selected to come forward and work with corporate on your behalf. So Mike, thank you for joining us this evening and coming out and answering some questions. The three of us will be answering questions verbally. And then we have some other folks that are going to be answering some questions written in the background. Next individual that we have here, another AAB member, is Martin Regan. Martin, thank you so much for coming out here and helping answer some questions. And then we have Brad Moore, another AAB member. Brad, thank you for coming. And then last and certainly not least, we have Elise Williams, another AAB member, and our sole female on the board. So Elise, thank you for coming and sharing this time with us and helping answer these questions. And each one of these folks that you see along the bottom of the screen are volunteers, guys. They're leaders just like you, and they've stepped up and said any way that we can possibly help, we want to help you guys. And so the way that we're going to do this evening is that Lawrence will not be typing any answers. The rest of us will be taking care of those answers for him. So as he answers the questions, we'll be typing them in, and we're going to move along very, very quickly. One last thing that I do want to state here, though, is that this is not customer support. Okay, the live Q&A call is not customer support. If you ask certain questions, we may ask you to submit a support ticket. We'll still answer the question, but then ask you to submit a support ticket, because this is not where we're going to take requests to go and make changes in your back office or anything like that. This is strictly just information on this call. So I want to thank all my co-hosts here this evening for joining us and helping out. Does everybody, I'm talking to the team here, do you guys have your question board up in front of you? Just want confirmation here on this. Elise, do you have your question board up?
Yep.
Okay, Brad, I'm going to have to assume you do. I know you don't have a mic tonight. Martin, do you have your question board up and ready?
I do. Ooh,
excellent. And Mike, I heard you next door there. And
yeah, I'm good. I'm live.
Excellent, excellent. Now, if you guys have a question that you do want to read out loud, that is fine. I want you to focus mainly on typing the answers, but if you do have one that you want to read out loud, that's fine. Lawrence will be standing by. He will be taking the majority of the verbal answers this evening. So why don't we go ahead and get started? Folks on the webinar, go ahead and start plugging questions into your chat box there, and we'll get this underway.
I'm ready to start, Ron.
Go right ahead, Lawrence.
All right. First question was, what does the green names mean in the discovery area? And James, what I presume that you're talking about is on the leafs, and that would be geotags, I believe. If you're seeing what looks like locations, people are tagging where they're posting the leaf from, or they're tagging a location with their leaf. If that is not what your question pertains to, then please re-ask your question with more detail.
Okay, we did have a question prior to that from Zen. Says, how do I upload items on Discover or Newsfeed? And I replied to everybody on that. Guys, we are going to cover that here with a live demo shortly. So
actually, Mike, why don't you go ahead and take this?
How to do it? We're actually going to show you how to do it.
Yeah, go ahead and take the screen, Mike, and let's just walk everybody through that.
Okay, hang on.
Okay, while you work on that, we'll continue forward here. If anybody else has a question that they're ready to go with, let's go ahead and read this off, and Lawrence can answer the question for us.
Okay, I know some immediate questions that I've seen multiple of, Ron. I'm going to go ahead and answer them while Mike's doing that. People are asking about some bugs that they've noticed today. Yeah, we had some server bugs that caused problems with uploading pictures or sharing pictures to other social networks. It may have caused problems in your feed. I received a report from our developers that they believe they have it under control. They found the source of the problem and they're getting it fixed. Also, the new update that we've already submitted that should be coming either end of the week or first thing next week will allow you to share via Facebook and Twitter right from the post itself rather than from the leaf. And so there should be no problems with that. So that should answer any server error questions or gateway error questions, or I'm having problems uploading to Twitter or uploading to Facebook questions.
Excellent. Mike, why don't you go ahead with your demo there? That'll help answer a lot of questions for the folks on the webinar.
Sure, and you guys cut me off because you know I'll do this for 30 minutes straight. So just don't, you can't.
Let's try and make a 10-minute demo so they have questions to ask. Time to ask questions.
Exactly. So what just happened is somebody threw a push note. We got a push notification. Somebody said, "Hey, Real Mike Wine is following you." This is how you actually build your friend base. You can go in and view the person that just friended you and actually follow them. So there you go. I'm now following Real Mike Wine. It's that simple. You'll also see the followers and people that he is following. And if I want, I can click into either one of those. Maybe I know Real Mike Wine real well, and I know we've probably got some similar friends, and I can click into his list and actually start friending people off of his friend list, people that he's following and people that are following him. So got the same notification from Kayla Kinney. Now let's get back to, I think that first question was, how do I get my images into the Discover newsfeed or into the main newsfeed? And you do have two newsfeeds. I've seen a question already of, how do I get to the Discover newsfeed? It's real simple. Here's your main newsfeed. Just take your finger on your device and swipe to the left, and it's going to swipe right over to the Discover newsfeed. So there it is. Now, from your newsfeed or the Discover newsfeed, 4 different ways to create a leaf. Let me scroll down here and see if I can catch an image that's been shared from one of my other social networks. There's some right there. I can take this image right here and open it up. Okay, that's an image that's been shared with me from one of my friends over at Twitter. I could take that image and actually create a leaf with it. Okay, 3 other ways to create a leaf, and the creation of a leaf is actually going to get an image inside of this newsfeed. Okay, the other 3 ways are found right here underneath the plus sign. Click on that plus sign and you can take a live photo, choose an image from your library, or use a Google image. I know Lawrence is going to want to talk about Google image here in a minute. We are going over to Bing image, and you're going to be able to, whatever you can think of, you're going to be able to pull up in a Bing image and create a leaf with that. If you guys want to see how to create an image, simply drop into your images that are already on your device, or take a live photo, take that image, tap on it one time, and type in the retail item that you want to attach to that image. I'm going with obvious here, giant beach ball. Click return. And in a nanosecond, we've just shopped our 19,708 retailers, and we've got giant beach balls, a bunch with, along with a bunch of other items. As you keep scrolling down through that retail search, it's attached to NFL beach balls and everything else. So I simply want to take this beach ball right here and connect it to the image that I used, whether that was a Google image or eventually a Bing image, an image I took at the beach this last weekend, but I'm simply going to take that image and marry it with that giant inflatable beach ball. Okay, you can add a location, you can geo-target. Where are you at when you're creating this image? I'm going to say I'm right here in Coeur d'Alene, Lake Coeur d'Alene, beautiful place to play with a beach ball down on the lakefront. Okay, we just geo-targeted where you were at when you created this leaf. Add a description. Had a ball this weekend with our newest, oops, I can do this, toy. Tell the story is what I say. Captioning, I think, is really important in any social network. Tell people what you're doing, where you're at, how much fun you had, what they're following it. More than just an image, what's the caption all about? You can write a novel there if you want. It's going to pick up every piece of it. As soon as you hit post, up in the upper right-hand corner, Leafit's taking all that information and creating that leaf for you, okay? It's the image that you used plus the retailer, okay, plus your username, plus we geo-targeted this image. And again, that geo-targeting is optional. But as you can see, it dropped that leaf right into my newsfeed and into the newsfeed of every single person here at Leafit that I'm connected with at either of my other social networks. So if I'm connected with them here and connected with them at the other social networks, they're going to see that leaf, okay, right inside of their newsfeed. Swipe to the left, and you're going to see your Discover newsfeed, and there's that image there as well. So there's your image for the world to see. It's in the Discover newsfeed. Whether someone's your friend or not, they're going to be able to go into their Discover newsfeed, and they're going to see your image. They open it up and say, wow, that looks like a blast. I think I want to buy one. And there's a lot of other functionality here. They can drop it on their wish list right here. In fact, why don't at least one of you jump in to your app if you've got an app up and running, and just click on that star. One person, anybody, or not. Okay, fine. Nobody wish listed then. If someone does, oh, there we go. Thank you very much, C Page, and Jennifer, and C Page again. So as you can see, push notifications work. And when someone wish lists your leaf that you created, you're going to get a push notification right through the app that says, hey, somebody just wish listed. Okay, that's enough, you guys. So, no, really, that's enough. Okay, stop now. You guys are great. Now when somebody buys your beach ball, they're going to click down on the bottom link here, and when they buy your beach ball, you're going to make a commission. It's that easy. Okay, there it is. We went to ThinkGeek, giant inflatable beach ball, $139.99. Now, and as far as lowest price here, all I can tell you is Lawrence and I shopped this exact same beach ball at Google Shopping, and I saw this exact same beach ball for $178. Okay, some other website, but here it is. ThinkGeek. Okay, that's enough. ThinkGeek, $139.99. When your friend buys that beach ball, or even if you buy that beach ball, go away now. Love you guys. Go away. Okay, I got you. Even if you buy that beach ball, it's going to generate an affiliate commission back to Leafit. Leafit's going to take that affiliate commission and share it with you because you're the one that drove traffic. You're the one that drove traffic to that website. Okay, a very nice byproduct. Continue shopping. You see it at almost, well, every retail shopping experience I've ever had. There's always a continue shopping button. I love this because it doesn't matter what goes into that shopping cart. Okay, anything that goes into that shopping cart is going to create an affiliate commission back to you. Leafit's going to make the affiliate commission. They're going to take a piece of that and share it with you. So somebody else goes in, they start shopping around a little bit, and they say, yes, I want to add that Hyperkin. I don't even know what that is. Hyperkin Retro N5 gaming system. Okay, they threw it into their shopping cart. They might even decide not to buy the giant inflatable beach ball, right? It doesn't matter. When they go to check out, it's going to create an affiliate commission back to Leafit. Leafit's going to take 10% of that affiliate commission and give it to you, okay, for creating that leaf. Simple as that. Does not matter how much they put in that shopping experience. I think that's awesome. So there's your leaf. Upper right-hand corner, you can click the share button. And from share, you can share it to Facebook, share it to Twitter, send out an email to one of your friends, that friend that you have that's not into social networking. So there's the other ways to share that. Commenting, all I can tell you is you're going to have people, Nancy Spencer already commented, did you balance it on your nose? Absolutely I would, Nancy. But there you go. You're going to have friends commenting on your post just like in any other social network. Okay? They have the ability to buy what you've tagged inside of that item. There's your leaf. It's in your newsfeed. It's in your Discover newsfeed for the world to see. So let's end there and throw some more questions out. What do you think, Ron?
Hey, Mike, before you stop, I want to show people a few more things.
Absolutely.
Will you show them right there in your leaves how to delete a leaf?
Yes.
Asking how to delete a leaf. Please pay attention to this. If you post something you don't like, this is how you delete it.
So you want to get to your profile. And if you guys will notice and I know I might be going a little bit fast, so maybe I should slow down just a little bit. I'm used to trying to do this in 30 minutes. But up in the upper left-hand corner is your profile icon. Okay, and it's in your Discover newsfeed. It's in your regular newsfeed. Just click on that icon up in the upper left-hand corner, and you're going to go to your profile page. Okay, from your profile page, you'll see people that you're following. That's this list over here, and your followers. Okay, you'll also see every single leaf that you've created. Okay, let's say and I did. This is a perfect example. I created a leaf here, and it happens to be the same leaf I created down here. I want to delete one. I don't need two of those inside of the social newsfeed, right? I tag my laptop. These three buttons right down in the bottom right-hand corner, just tap on those three buttons, and it gives you more options. You can share from here. You can share to Facebook, share to Twitter, send an email, or you just hit delete. This will delete this leaf. Are you sure? Yes, I am. There, it just deleted that leaf deleted it from my profile page. It deleted it from the news feed and from the Discovery news feed. So that's how to delete a leaf.
All right, Mike, I got one more for you. Show people how to report a leaf from the newsfeed or from the Discover newsfeed.
Hold on. I went the wrong place. Went the wrong way.
So if you see something that you believe should not be on the network, or you would like to report it to moderation for us to remove, for example, something malicious or pornographic, you will simply press down on what you would like to report, just long press with your finger, and you will be able to flag an item for us to review. Mike, if you want to go ahead and flag.
Okay, let's take this one right here, and we're going to just hold down on that image for a count of 1, maybe 2, and there you go. Do you want to flag this content? Yes or no? If you do that by mistake, of course, say no, but if it's something that is, like Lawrence said, malicious, you don't think it should be in our news feed or the Discover news feed, click yes, and that will go straight to moderation and be analyzed for deletion.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Mike, I appreciate that demo. Lawrence, is there anything else that you'd like Mike to go over before we switch presenters?
Well, I have a feeling some people don't understand how to get to their Discovery feed. You might just show Mike it's a swipe left to right to switch between the news feeds. I see a couple questions here on people saying they don't have no posts in their news feed. So you might swap over to the Discover feed, which is just one swipe over.
Okay, I've got my finger on my device. It's just right on that beach ball right there. I'm just going to hold down just a little bit, and I'm just moving to the left right now. As you can see, here comes the Discover news feed. Now, if you don't have any friends at Facebook or Twitter that are connected with you here at Leafit, you're not going to have anything in your news feed. So the first thing you want to do to start populating that news feed is to go to your Discover. Okay, and in Discover, you want to find a friend. So if you don't see anybody in here that you know real well, go down and find one of my leaves. Okay, grab my leaf, open it. Okay, just tap on it, and up in the upper left-hand corner, you can see that you can get to my profile page. From my profile page, you can follow. Okay, but yours won't show credit earned; it'll actually show follow. But you can also look at who I am following and who my followers are. Okay. From there, let me open one of those up. Here's a list of people that I'm following, And you can go down through this list of following. Yours will have, instead of these icons right here being in green, they'll be in white. Okay, green outline, but they'll be white. Simply tap on those people that you know, tap on them, and you're going to start friending other people as well, or following other people as well. So now you're not just following me, but you're following other people that I'm connected to as well. Once you do that, you'll be able to go back into your main news feed. Okay, you're on Discover. How am I getting my main news feed? I'm just holding down, and I'm going to swipe back to the right. Okay, and I'm getting to my news feed. To refresh your news feed, even if it's a blank page, to refresh your newsfeed, you hold your finger down again on the screen and you swipe straight down, okay? And you swipe down until that circle makes a full circle, and then you let go, okay? And as soon as you let go, it's now refreshing. It's going out and searching your newsfeed over it at, you're searching your newsfeed, excuse me, you're searching your newsfeed over at Facebook, over at Twitter, and all of your friends that you're connected to now at Leafit. Oh, it's makeup. Thank you. I got a little bit nervous there, Lawrence. So every time you pull down from the top, again, if your newsfeed's empty, just tap your finger on the screen, pull down, not until it's half circle. See, that's not going to do anything. Pull it down until it makes a full circle, and once it does, it's going to refresh that newsfeed. All of the friends that you've now followed over from your profile page, like we just went through, you're going to see their leafs inside of your newsfeed. And of course, if you create your own leaf, that's going to interject into your newsfeed as well.
Excellent. Mike, why don't you go ahead and keep that open for a little bit? And
Sure.
I think that's going to be the. Yeah, go ahead, Lawrence. I've got some to fire off at you here, but go ahead with the one you've got.
Okay, I just got a couple real quick. Somebody's asking, did we do away with asking for a sponsor when you download the app? That's not the process. The process is you send them to sign up through your link first, and then they download the app, and when they log in with Leafit, it links them to you. So the process is to send them to your download link, whether iGrow or whether it's leafit.com, and then after they sign up there, then they download the app and connect their account, and that will sync them to you. So it's not the adding the sponsor username is not in the app itself. There would be too many problems with that, especially if people put in the wrong username. Also, it just adds a bad user experience with a general user base. Also, Karen, to answer your question, we will be adding an invite feature to make it really easy for you to just invite people to use the app rather than the sharing features. And that is being worked on as we speak, and I'll give you guys more updates as the invite section is completed. So go ahead, Ron. I'm ready for you to shoot off some questions.
Okay, perfect. I've got one here from Diane. She is saying, when updating, is there a way to block so that people have to go through an associate rather than directly from iTunes, like they have to sign up in one of our websites to get credit? Now, I answer that simply the fact that if they go to iTunes first, it's okay. You just have them go to your .biz website and sign up either as a free affiliate or as an associate, and using the same exact information they used when they downloaded the app. Okay, and that'll link them back to you. But Lawrence, what I'd like you to do is maybe talk a little bit about the mindset on that, as to why we're not blocking that and how that's a benefit to everybody's business.
Well, the whole thing is it's all about user experience. At the end of the day, the one thing that's going to be more successful for everybody here is to have a social network that has, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of users. And if you have a user experience where they can't download an app with a sponsor, then that may shy people away from downloading it to begin with. You don't want to lose those people. So you can't put those obstacles in their path. You have to keep the product completely clean and fresh to where they have a user experience where they can just go use it if they want to use it. Now, if they come without a sponsor, of course, everybody's got to be connected to somebody in the genealogy, with the way that the business model works. So, with that said, it won't affect, really the user base or the distributor base. It just gives a better user experience to the users that do happen to find the app through the App Store, and it allows them to download it. Because you can imagine if somebody just stumbled across it or found it through a search or something, they weren't introduced to it, and they go to download it, and then it says they can't, well, they may never download it again. We just lost somebody right there, and that could amount to tens of thousands, even millions of people that you don't want to lose. So, it's really about user experience and keeping the app experience, completely fresh and without having too many obstacles in the way.
Now, I want to state something on that, too, that if somebody stumbles across the app in the App Store and they download it and they do not have a sponsor, then those people will be assigned out to qualified associates. Anybody at this time who has at least their 3 personally referred associates, or 3 personally 3 personal sales actually is the qualification for that, and so they will be assigned out through what we call a co-op or a round robin. They do not go directly with corporate. So anybody who signs up for the app does become an affiliate, does have the opportunity to generate income, and so that will end up in someone's downline. Let's grab another one here, Lawrence. This is in regards to Facebook. I'm seeing a couple of them saying they're having a hard time not able to post content to Facebook. If you would address that.
Yeah, I've already addressed that. I've said it twice now. So everybody stop typing for a second, because I want to make sure that you guys hear it this time. If you're trying to share to Facebook or to Twitter and you're experiencing problems, we're having some server errors and we're correcting those. And also on the new update of the app that has already been submitted, that should be available here very shortly. Facebook and Twitter sharing will be available right from the post itself. So please ignore any of those issues at this time, and we will send a notification out as well as a newsletter to let everybody know, you know, bug report and what's fixed and what's working and what is still being worked on. So at this time, no more questions about Facebook or Twitter, please, as we're answering that question again.
All right, let's grab another one here. A lot of Facebook questions. If there is no sponsor, maybe automatically sign. Yeah, we just answered that one. How do you delete a leaf? We answered that one. Sorry, there's we need to make sure that we're putting notes next to these guys as they're being answered, if we would. Okay, Mike, do you have a question here? I'm having to filter through some of these that have already been answered.
No, I just kind of wanted to cover one thing though, as you know, Lawrence, if you want to address server speed, we can talk about that. But I guess what I wanted to kind of show is, if you know, if your application does lock up for any reason, or you get impatient like I do sometimes, the way to clear it, or the way to get it back into a nice smooth operation, is just to click your start button down at the bottom of your, I don't know what they call that on an i. I'm not an i person, but that little button, the hard button down at the bottom, just double click that, and you'll get to this view, and just take the app and just throw it up. Okay, I'm just taking my finger, just throw it up, and it just kind of resets the whole thing. Then you can go here and click on your Leafit app again, and it just reboots it. Okay, you can do that in like less than 10 seconds. So if you experience any kind of, hey, it's not functioning, or it's starting to get a little bit, you know, glitchy or not real smooth in the news feed, just hit that, double click that button at the bottom, toss it away, and reopen it. Again, you don't have to log in with username and stuff, so it's a really quick turnaround time. But Lawrence, I know that's got to be a question out there as far as, you know, server speed and stuff, that maybe we experienced a little bit of a headache this afternoon, but it seems like we've got it, you know, back online pretty darn smooth right now, don't we?
Yeah, I got a report that there was 1 error per 10 minutes, and now they got that minimized down to 1 error per 50. So the errors are reducing, but they're still working on it until they get all the errors, all the server errors completely out. And also that includes your Facebook and Twitter share. So, you know, all of those questions that pertain to that, which is probably a majority of them, as Ron was saying, those problems will be relieved from the app shortly. That's just part of a launch, and what happens usually on day one is you experience some server errors. The good news is we found the source very quickly and got it under control, and now, as you can see with Mike's demo, everything's working very swimmingly.
Excellent. Lawrence, do you have another question? I'm finishing up typing here.
In-app, are commissions turned in for the app for purchase, and if so, when do commissions show up? So we basically, and that's a question for Mark. Mark, we get details from the retailers. The average, from what I've noticed, is right around 3 days. I'm working on how we can possibly show something pending in real time so people know instantaneously when it happens, and we're also working on some notifications and autoresponders so that users are notified. Those are all things, as I just stated, that we are working on right now. But yes, I mean, if there is a sale, a commission, you will get credit for that commission. So it does not not give you a commission. It's just we're working on the details and finding out on how real time we can make it and how we can get the notifications so everybody's in line.
Okay, I've got one here. I can't log in after logout. App is loading and become hollow. I'm not sure what that means, actually. I apologize for even reading that one. If you can better state that one for me, whoever asked that question, Simitasu? Okay. Okay, so anyways, if you can rewrite that one a little more clear, that would be great.
All right, I have a couple questions here. People are asking, what about Android and other platforms? I've been asked that question several times today. As I stated, we've already started development for all other devices, and I don't want to give any timelines yet, but I'm expecting to be able to give an update probably by the end of this month or first thing next month with some timelines and possibly even be able to show some of the production that's going on for all the other devices. And then I have another question here. Somebody's asking, how do we do a web price search virtually any random product that we're shopping for? So somebody's asking how to do basic shopping without the social part. That's something that's also being worked on in the new web version that's being created, which is being created off of version 2, and will be on version 2 also of the iOS app. And as I just stated in the last question, I'll have some timelines on that here in the next 2 to 3 weeks. As I see the rollout happen, existingly right now, we're starting to bring all development in-house. So I just need 2-3 more weeks to get a handle on where I see that development at and really have some powwows with the developers to get some good time frames that we can hit before giving everybody those answers. So anybody asking of how can I just shop without creating a leaf or just do price searching, that will be part of the app in version 2. Go ahead.
Okay, Karen has a question here. She says, how do we invite all of our Facebook and Twitter friends, followers to join Leafit directly from the app?
I already answered that question.
Okay,
that was one of the first questions I answered.
Okay, I'm going to go with one that Arthur's answering here, or asking here, and I hope I'm on the right vein here with the answer. His question is there something that can be downloaded in addition to the app to be able to use it on a desktop computer and still be able to use the app until the desktop version comes out? My interpretation of that question is, and Arthur, you can rephrase that if you want. Uh-oh, massive feedback. Is you can download what I use. It's called Reflector, and it actually allows me to take an iDevice, either an iPhone, iPad, iPad Mini, and I can broadcast that right onto a desktop. So now I can use screen share to show somebody in Kansas or Missouri or Australia, it doesn't matter. I can take the app and flow through it like I am right now and actually broadcast it right onto my desktop. It's called Reflector. Just Google search Reflector and you can use that. Now, if that was your question, I'm glad I answered it. If it wasn't, then it means, is desktop going to work before desktop works? And the answer to that question would be no. You're not going to be able to use the app or anything else on a desktop until we come out on web-based, which I think Lawrence has already answered that question.
Okay, I've got some questions here. I moved to the bottom of the list now, so I don't keep asking the same questions over and over again here. Let's see. This is Teresa. She says, I want to clarify, when someone that is not a part of Leafit clicks on one of the Leafs in Facebook or Twitter, how does that work? Are they taken to Leafit first to join as a free social member, and then it takes them to the vendor, or are they taken directly to the vendor to purchase and do not have to be a member of the website? Do you want to take that, Lawrence?
Sorry, my computer keeps cutting out. What did you say again?
Okay, so Teresa is asking, I want to clarify, when someone that is not a part of Leafit clicks on one of the Leafs in Facebook or Twitter, how does that work? Are they taken to Leafit first to join as a free social member, and then it takes them to the vendor? Or are they taken directly to the vendor to purchase and do not have to be a member of the website?
All right, that's a really good question, Teresa. So in the interim right now, what's going to happen is it's going to take them to your leafit.com/username to sign up through you. And then when the app is available on the web base, it's going to take them to the Leaf with a sign-up form at the same time. I hope that makes sense to you. So the answer to the question is it's going to take them to your leafit.com/username right now, and when the web base is ready, it's going to take them directly to the Leaf, which is also still the leafit.com/your-username sign-up form, just with the Leaf on it as a capture. Also understand, if they already have the Leafit app for whatever reason, and they click on that, it's actually going to take them straight to the Leaf in their phone.
Okay, we've got a question here that my answers are always long. Somebody wants to know if we can show them how to get to the Apple iTunes Store to download the app. So I've got it up on my screen here, and we're just going to open up the Apple iTunes Store. You can see I've already typed in, on this device, I typed in Leafit as 2 words. Hang on a second, let me back up and just do one. So Leafit and search. Nothing found. Why? I did it earlier and it did.
Because you're searching iPads only. Don't you see on the top left there where it says iPad only? You got to click that drop down.
Okay, going back to the app.
Yeah.
Okay, where am I looking?
Hit the search. Okay, so you see where it says cancel?
Yes.
What's it say to the right of that?
iPad only.
Click on that.
Cha-ching. There it is. Click open. I don't know how far I can go here without it trying to download again. And open. I'm already open. That was it. Leafit. Thank you for clarifying that. I've been on iPads today, iPad minis, and iPhones. So there you go. Now I've been schooled.
One thing I've had multiple people come in the office today and say, I can't find it on my iPad. And of course, they don't realize that it's defaulted to search iPad apps only, so you have to toggle that.
Right. Now let me go. Can I reiterate this again for everybody and kind of answer what Lawrence has already covered, and I think Ron's covered it too, but just one more time. Personally, you guys, I'm not sending anybody to the Apple iTunes Store. Nobody. Okay? Where you want to take mom, dad, your brother, your sister, and everybody else is completely up to you. You can go to leafit.com or you can go to leafit.biz, but that's where you want to send them. And you want to bring them through that channel first. That way they're going to be connected to you. leafit.com/your-username, leafit.biz/your-username. Either one of those, send them there first. That's where they start. Do not call up dad, mom, brother, sister, best friend, guy across the street and tell them, hey, our app just came out. Go to the App Store and download it. It's in the App Store. Just don't do that. You're going to end up losing people that you want connected to you. The way to ensure that your friends are connected to you, leafit.com/your-username, leafit.biz/your-username is going to create that account with us first, and then they're going to be able to go and download the app from that point forward.
Getting a little feedback there, Mike. Got a question. Got a really bad.
I don't hear anything on my end. Sounds pretty good to me.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and read the question. Echo, so I may have to move up after that. Mike, can you show everybody how to find people to be able to follow them?
Okay, fine. I read one of those questions earlier. Man, I'm getting that feedback too, Ron.
That's not me. I just muted. Okay, how about now?
Test.
Sorry, bud. Okay, Mike, we're good. Go ahead and we're good.
Okay, I saw that question as well, and okay, I think the question was this: if I go into my profile, I just click my profile button on the top left, and when I first looked at this, I kind of thought the same thing. I said, well, I should be able to go into people I'm following, right? And I should be able to search. That's not how it works. You're not searching the whole entire database for people to follow. And I know that's how it works in a lot of other social networks. What you're searching in this search are people that you're already connected to. So I could type in Lawrence in that search, and it's going to say, sure enough, you're already following Lawrence. The only way to follow right now is to go into your Discover newsfeed. Okay. The people you're seeing in your main news feed here, these are people that you've already linked up with. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to hit that. Hi Jay. There's J-Mac. Go Nashville. Wait for it. Now you can see that J-Mac just, hit follow. Now he's following me. I can hit follow right back at him. I know Jay. He's only following one person, so obviously he's been working all day and he's probably pretty excited right now. See, he's grinning in his image. But where you're going to follow from, where you're going to find most of your friends that you're already not connected to, is through that Discover newsfeed. Okay, just start scrolling down through the newsfeed. Find people that have a similar interest with you. How do you get to the Discover newsfeed? We're just going to tap on the screen and we're going to swipe to the left. Okay, and there's your Discover newsfeed. You can open up a leaf. And you can say, wait a minute, there's Liz. I want to follow Liz. You're going to tap on her profile icon in the top left-hand corner, and you can see I'm already following Liz. Not the best example, Mike. Hi, Liz. There's Nashville again. Nashville's in the house. So from your Discover newsfeed is where you're going to start building your friend list. That's number one. That's the first way. Okay. Once you get into someone's profile, let me find somebody that has a halfway decent following. Okay, here's someone I'm not following, Barb. Let's say I know Barb really, really well. So I'm going to follow her. I can follow her even if I don't know her really, really well. But now I'm going to be able to go in and see who she is following. If I know her really, really well, I'm like, well, wait a minute. Barb and I probably have common friends, right? So I can go in and look at her followers and who she is following and add people to my to who I'm following even faster. Now, sorry about the speed here, guys. I got to wait for one of those to, or both of those to stop spinning. There we go. So I just tapped on who she's following. I can say, wait a minute, I know Average Joe, so I want to follow them. I'm just going to click this icon right here, and now I'm following Average Joe as well. Okay. I know Jeff Williams. I want to follow him. Just click that icon. I'm now following Jeff Williams, and they're getting push notifications saying, "Hi, Michael G is now following you inside of your app." So start at Discover Newsfeed, look for people you know. Once you find somebody you know, start following them from their profile, and then look at who's in their friend list and start following people they're following. That makes sense to you, Ron?
Yes, it does.
Awesome.
You actually answered a couple of questions on that one.
Then at least one person understands what I just said.
Maybe 20 questions. Mike, I haven't seen your screen update at all. Is everybody else seeing it okay? Because I've seen the same one, and you were talking about seeing JMac and others, and I never seen any of that on my screen.
Uh-oh. So you want me to do that whole thing over again?
Okay, there we go. I'm seeing it now.
Because now you can see it. Nobody else saw it either. I was on pause.
Okay. Just checking.
I'll do it faster. Here's the Discover Newsfeed. We want to. Lawrence, mute out. You're creating I don't know why.
Go ahead, Mike.
So we're going to open up Donnie C, and we're going to click on his icon in the upper left-hand corner. There's Donnie C. This was in your Discover newsfeed. We're now on Donnie's profile. All I have to do is click follow right here, and we'll be following Donnie. Okay. I can also click on his followers, and I can click on his following as soon as they stop spinning, and I will be able to follow. Maybe Donnie and I know each other really, really well. I'm thinking, man, I know he's got 268 friends. I'm sure he knows some people that I know, so I'm going to click right in there and take a look. But we got to wait for those to stop spinning so I can show you how that looks. You can also see all the leafs that Donnie's created, and you can actually swipe to the left from that newsfeed as well, and you can see what's on his wish list. So you can actually see other people's wish list. You will not see what your friends' credits are. You won't see how much money they've earned. So here's the following. Let's go see who Donnie is following. And we can say, oh, wait a minute, I know Jill. I want to follow Jill too. T-O-O. Click on it. You're now following Jill. I know Kelly B. I want to follow her. Boom. You're now following. Can I click it? You're now following Kelly B. Okay. So two different ways to follow. Start at your Discover newsfeed. Find a leaf of somebody that you know, even somebody that you don't know. But you're just like, hey, here's somebody that has a common interest. They keep posting stuff about golf. Go follow them if you want. Jennifer H. is now following Michael G. Okay. So,
Mike, I got a simple one here for you. Carolyn's asking, how do I get to my news feed? So
beautiful.
Go ahead.
Okay. Now here's the demo I want to give you guys. It looks like my app has decided whether it's speed or my device or whatever, or my internet speed. Oh, wait a minute. Ignore. Okay, I'm back online. I want to ignore. Everybody's going, I'm a friend of Mike. Question: how do I get to my news feed? From, most of the times in the app, when you first download the app, it's going to drop you right into your Discover news feed. But let's take it from every single angle. Right here, you're on your Discover news feed. Okay. Hold down on any image and simply swipe to the right. Okay. See where I'm swiping? I swipe to the right. Kelly B friended me back. Swipe to the right, and I'm on my main news feed. Okay. Swipe to the left. That means you just hold your finger down and swipe to the left, and you're on your Discover news feed. If you're on your profile page, okay, it's this button right up here in the upper left-hand corner. That's your go back. Okay. Just click that button, and you're going to drift back to either your Discover, whichever you were on last. It's either going to be on your Discover or on your news feed. Okay. So from profile, that's how you get there. If you're in your settings, it's kind of the same thing. If you're in settings, you're going to see up in your upper left-hand corner, you're going to see a back button. Okay, so just go back. You're in your profile page. Go back. You're going to be back again, either on your Discover news feed or on your Discover news feed or on your main news feed. And that from there, it's just swipe left or swipe right.
Excellent, Mike. I have Zen saying he wants to follow you and Lawrence, but he can't find you guys. How would he do that?
Okay, go to your Discover news feed. Oh, and here's a neat little feature. See the Discover up here at the top? Okay, just double tap that with your finger. Just double tap it, and you go right to the top of the news feed. Okay. Now
you don't have to double tap it, Mike.
Oh, it's one tap?
Just one tap.
Been schooled again.
Also,
I love coming to these Q&A sessions. There you go. Okay, now let's go find a leaf that was created by either Lawrence or myself. Lawrence, when was the last time you created a leaf?
I believe I created one about a half hour ago or maybe 40 minutes ago, which could be hundreds down there because there's so many
I'll tell you
people.
what.
creating
Yeah,
it.
we got a lot of people.
Yeah.
I would say
I don't know
Mike.
if you guys
It's really easy to go into
share.
You can go into somebody else's too and see who they're following and then follow the people they're following. And the odds are you'll be able to find somebody quicker that way. We will also, just so everybody knows who may be asking, we will be bringing a search feature into the app here soon. Maybe version 2, but hopefully before version 2, where you'll be able to search leafs and contacts. So you'll be able to search for people to follow, so on and so forth.
Okay, Mike. Let's see. Actually, Lawrence, this is one for you. So we're gonna toggle on our mute. I'm gonna mute up and let you talk. You're fine when you're by yourself. It says, when are you going to have video in the back office to the new users? Oh, excuse me. I thought they were asking about video posting. I gotcha. Okay. To the new users to do these basic user steps. Mark, that is something that we are actually going to be starting on tomorrow. And I would say give us a couple of days to get it all laid out, done the way that we want it, and it'll be in your back office at the beginning of next week.
Okay, and Ron, can I answer something on that real quick?
Sure, go right ahead.
Yeah, and also, guys, the app doesn't have a ton of features, and if you just play with it, you'd be surprised. You'll be able to pretty much figure out everything that it does just by playing with it. If you just touch the different icons that are there and explore, you'll figure it out surprisingly quick. And that's why apps are created so simply, or so simple, is so that it doesn't take videos and real thorough explanation to be able to use them. That's how, if you look at Pinterest or any of the social networks out there, they don't have video tutorials. They just have an app that everybody figures out how to use because of the UI. So my recommendation is just play with it. And you'll learn everything that there is to do with it, or just about everything there is to do with it, just playing with it. Right now there is an app demo on leafit.biz homepage. and you can watch that, and you can see a lot of the UI stuff just from watching that demo video as well. And then, obviously we'll be putting another demo together, just showing all the different functionalities of the UI. But like I say, if you just play with it, you'll figure it out. It's really simple.
Okay, we had a question, how do you create a leaf with a Google image? So we might as well cover that. And know, you guys, this is in the process of being fixed immediately, but when you click the plus sign up in the upper left-hand corner, okay, that's going to give you those other 3 options to create a leaf. Take a live photo, choose an image that's already on your device, or Google image search. Okay, the process there is you're just going to hit Google image search and you type in anything you want. Now that's going to change to Bing as soon as this next update goes through, the 1.0.1. As soon as that goes through, this is going to change over to Bing. But then you would just type in, that giant inflatable beach ball, or the giant beach ball, right? And you'll hit return in the bottom right-hand corner. Okay, that's going to take you to a Google image search, and you'll see hundreds, if not thousands. I'm sorry, a Bing image search, giving you hundreds, if not thousands, of images. But as you can see right now, it's not functioning. Okay, and we know why. And the solution is Bing, and Bing will go live with the 1.0.1 update, which is in process right now. And Lawrence, I don't know if you want to talk about potential timing there, but when this does work with a Bing image search, you'll see the giant inflatable beach ball. You'll see all kinds of images there. All you have to do is tap on one. And as soon as you tap on one of those Bing images that you've pulled up in this search, you're going to be able to treat it just like any other image. You'll tap on it one more time and create your retail link to that image that you used from Bing.
Yeah, I'll say something about that, Mike.
Sure. Sure.
So basically, when we submitted the app, we submitted it with Google search, and then when we got rejected because we had to change some metadata, when we resubmitted, we actually submitted a newer version of the app with Bing image search, because that was one of the fixes that we were applying. But Apple actually approved our original submission because it was quicker to get approved, and so therefore the new update's already submitted. So as soon as that new update is approved, you're going to see a few different enhancements, from Facebook and Twitter sharing activated to being able to use Bing image search, which the problem with the Google image search is once 1,000 searches were done through their API, they stopped showing results. And that's what happened. 1,000 searches were done, and then they don't show any more results. So with Bing, we did a deal with them to where we have unlimited image searches from Bing. And also something I've noticed just in the user experience from between the two is I noticed that the Bing image search was much more refined to the search I was looking for as well. So I actually think it's an improvement for the app as well.
Okay, Mike, I have 2 things.
Okay, I've got one here from Bill. He says, oh, sure.
Okay, let's come back to Bill here real quick. Okay, so this one here is Nancy is asking. She says, I'm trying. Oops, sorry, your screen came up in front of mine. I'm trying to swipe left, and I keep getting the flagging notification. Swiping is not working well on an iPad mini. So the reason I asked that question is, could you show everybody again how to actually report a bug through the app itself? Because that goes directly to our developers.
In profile, right? Settings. Am I on the right track, Lawrence? Lawrence? And then contact us. There might be another. Contact us. Right, Lawrence? Right, Lawrence?
Yeah, you're done.
Okay.
That's right.
So,
that's it.
Report an issue, make a suggestion, or general query. Okay, so go back again, just get to your profile page. Again, the profile page is the icon in the upper left-hand corner from either Discover or regular news feed. Hit your settings tab in the upper right-hand corner. As soon as everything stops spinning, hit that settings tab and then scroll down to contact us. And there you go. Click on report an issue. It's going to take you right to an outgoing email, and you're good to go.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you showing that one. I know you've got a question here, but let me ask you one more. He says, how do you untoggle Facebook to be able to sign out of Facebook on the app? So he wants to shut Facebook off. How do you do that?
Right. Let's go back into your
Settings.
profile again, upper left-hand corner. Okay. You're going to go into your settings tab again on the right from your profile. From settings, go down to the very bottom, and there's your social networks you're connected to. Now, you cannot toggle off of Leafit. You would never want to. You always want to be tied to your Leafit account. You can change Leafit accounts, though, and I won't go into why a person would want to do that. There's a couple of different reasons, but you would never be able to turn it off. You would just be able to switch accounts in Leafit. You can only turn one or the other off in between Twitter and Facebook. Okay, I can turn Facebook off by simply swiping to the left. Okay, now it's not going to let me sign off of Twitter because I do need to be connected to at least one other social network with Leafit. Okay, so if I tried to log off of Twitter, it tells me you cannot unlink Twitter if you haven't connected with Facebook. So I can reconnect with Facebook. Wait for it. And now that I'm reconnected to Facebook, I can toggle off of Twitter. Did I answer that, Ron?
Yes, thank you. So if you want to go ahead and answer the other gentleman's question, I've got
Sure.
mine.
Let me skip back to two other questions before going. Let me go over this very, very slowly again because I haven't seen that error. To get from your Discover newsfeed to your regular newsfeed, it's just a slow swipe to the left or the right. Okay, this way I'm going right to get back to my regular newsfeed. Right now it's being just a little bit glitchy, but I'm trying to do it real slow. See, I'm on Discover. I got my finger down on the screen, and I'm just swiping over to the left, and there's your newsfeed. If your newsfeed is blank, it's because you don't have any images in there yet. And again, to get it to refresh, simply hold your finger down and draw straight down, okay, on the screen until you get that circular motion, and you can see now that you're updating that newsfeed. Now this kind of ties into Bill's question. Bill's question, I've probably lost it in the queue now, but his question was, I've only got 5 images inside of my news feed, and when I refresh, I'm not getting any more. And the answer to that one, Bill, is that you need more people creating leafs in your news feed. You're not connected to enough people on Facebook, on Twitter that are also Leafit people. Okay, so go friend some more people. Go over to your Discover news feed and just start scrolling through your Discover news feed. Oh, there's Nikki. I don't know if I'm friends with her yet. So here's Nikki Spitfire. Okay, she's got some really creative leafs that she creates. Go friend yourself some more people. So we're going to click on Nikki's icon in the upper left-hand corner. There I got Worlds Await is following me. And now from here, you're simply going to follow Nikki. Click on follow, and you're now following. Bill, the more people that you follow, the more leafs you're going to see inside of your main news feed. If you're not following that many, you're not going to see that many leafs in there.
Okay, Mike, I've got one here. How does the choose the Google image work? Oh, it says answering next. My bad.
Yeah, I think we just covered that one. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I was typing.
Yeah, you hit the plus sign, and there's the Google image down at the bottom. Just know that that's not functioning right now, at least not here in the States. I heard earlier this afternoon that it was outside of the United States, it was still working. But the solution to that, again, is our update that's already been submitted. 1.0.1 is going to change that over to Bing, and then we won't have that issue anymore.
Okay, excellent. I'm looking for a question from Robert. He's saying, why isn't anybody answering my question? Robert, we have hundreds of questions in front of us right now, and I will see.
Throw it out there again, and it'll be fresh, and we'll find it.
Yeah, why don't you do that? Re-input your question, Robert, and we'll grab that one.
Sorry about that.
Okay, let's see.
Well, here we'll go with Bill again because he's on a roll now. So Bill says, okay, what about the main difference in newsfeed versus Discover? Very simple, Bill. Your main newsfeed is just your friends. Okay, the people that you've connected with at Facebook, at Twitter, and Leafit, their images are coming right into that main newsfeed. Okay, that what's in your Discover newsfeed is everybody, people that you're not friends with, people that you're not following, people that you don't know. Every single leaf that's being created at Leafit is in the Discover newsfeed.
Okay. Let's see if Robert's got his question up here again yet. No, I don't see it. Dora has one here.
No, I don't see it. Dora has one here.
Go ahead, Lawrence.
Yeah, Lawrence.
Yes, Mike. Hey, can you show people how to double-click the home page? Like when an app, and this is for the Leafit app or any app, when it's not working right, how to throw the app out and reopen the app?
Yes, let me do that again. Is my screen up? Sometimes I forget I pause it and then have to pause. Okay, you can see my screen. So it's, what button do they call it at the bottom of the of an iDevice? I call it a hard button. Of an iDevice. I call it a hard button.
Home button.
Home button. Okay, just double tap that home button and watch what happens. You double tap it and you get here, and you've got all the applications that you have open. Okay, take them and throw them away. You're simply putting your finger on it and throwing it up to the top of the screen. So again, if your device gets a little bit, sometimes you'll notice it gets staticky, where it's kind of jumping just a little bit. Okay, we'll get that fixed, but until then, or if you just plain old get into an error code where you're stuck, just double tap that home button down at the bottom. You'll get here, take the app, and just throw it up to the top. Once you do that, just click on the app again. It'll open back up, and it'll kind of reset itself. It's a very quick process. There you go. It'll take you less than 10 seconds to go through that. But if it gets glitchy or you get stuck in a loop or something that you're just like, okay, I'm out of control, I don't know where I'm at, double tap that home button at the bottom, throw it away, reopen it.
You have a couple questions I want to answer real quick here.
Okay, shoot for it.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Okay, shoot for it.
All right, so yes. I have somebody that says I didn't add my Leafit email when I attached the app to Facebook. How can I add it? The Leafit login is separate from the Facebook login. So when you log in with Facebook and then Twitter, then it asks you to log in with Leafit. If it did not for whatever reason, which it should have, go to your settings, scroll down, toggle Leafit on, and then it'll ask you to log in with your Leafit account details. Your email for Facebook does not have to be the same as your email for Leafit. Now, obviously, you could use different emails for those. It's just you're logging into them separately. You're logging into Facebook separately, and then you're logging into Leafit to connect your Leafit account.
Okay, I think Ron's muted out. Ron, did you find that Robert question? I was kind of looking for it as well.
No, I didn't actually. I will. That might be why we haven't answered it. All I see is him saying we haven't answered it.
All right, so Tammy has a question here. Cannot look at comments. I see someone posted a comment. So maybe you're trying to click the comments on the left. You have to click the comment button on the right. If you click the comment button on the right, and Mike, if you want to show that real quick, if you click the comment button on the right, it will take you into the comments that are happening. Also, the new update that is coming, 1.0.1, that new update will have push notifications. So when somebody does comment on something of yours, you'll get a push notification that you received a comment.
So here you go, and you can get the comments from two different places. You can do it right here, and what Lawrence is saying is, over here, no, don't push that. You want to push over here. Okay, and that interface is going to change up a little bit, but click on comments from here, and there's the string of comments. Click your go back button, and you're out of comments. You'll also be able to do that same thing from inside the Leaf. Again, don't click over here where it says one comments. That's not going to take you anywhere. Click over here on the right, like Lawrence said. Take you right into that comment string. You want to get back? Our back button is right up here. It's in the same place on every screen. Very uncharacteristic for iDevices to have the back button in the same place all the time, but there it is. That was a little dig towards iPhones. I don't know if anybody caught that. Somebody laugh. Okay, don't laugh. And a question came in similar to that, Lawrence, talking about can I comment on comments? And maybe you want to comment on that because you're more of a, you know social space better than I do. You can make a string of comments, but I'm saying no, you can't comment specifically to one person's comment without everybody seeing it, right?
That is correct right now. People that are asking about privacy controls, at this time we don't have privacy controls. That will be added in the future to where you can be more selective about people being able to follow you or what people see that you post. For those of you who don't want to be public with your media, that option will be available. I really don't see it being an advantage to a network like this, because kind of the point of a social network like this is to have as many followers as possible following the content you're sharing. However, we know it's important to some people to keep things private, so we will be offering those types of controls.
I've got a question here from Dora. She's saying, how can we tell if someone has bought our product that we tagged, like a picture of a shirt?
I can take that. Basically, Dora, you will receive a notification through Leafit. We're working on those notifications at this time. Also, you'll see a commission generate in your profile, right? In your profile, Mike, if you want to go to your profile and show the credit earned area and show people where that would be. But basically, in your profile, it shows the credit that you've earned. Also, in your back office, there will be a detailed report that shows your e-commerce sales.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm back to showing again. From your profile, again, how do you get to your profile page? Upper left-hand corner, click on the little icon. You're looking at your profile page, and you'll see credit earned. So when somebody buys, it's going to show in real time, right, Lawrence?
I'm working on that to make sure it's going to show in real time. I think I answered that question earlier. Either way, it's going to go show pending or not. That's what we would like for it to do.
But there it is right there.
You know what? There was one that Elise had earlier. Elise, come off mute for a second, would you? We were talking in the AAB earlier, and you said, "Oh, that would be a good one to bring up." Do you remember what that question was?
Oh yeah, it was just something that Lawrence mentioned about how a lot of people now are updating their iOS to 8, and he just made a point that it's probably not the best idea right now because I know, anytime they update iOS, there's always going to be glitches and things like that. So Lawrence had just mentioned that if people are having issues, it could be correlated to that iOS update.
Especially in the iPhone 4s.
I have especially in the iPhone 4s. I have an update to that, Elise. I updated to iOS 8, and I've had zero problems with the app. It's working perfectly. In fact, I think it's working better on iOS 8 than it was on 7. It's actually faster. However, the iOS 8 issue pertains to the iPhone 4 and 4S. Or sorry, I think it's the 4S, because the 4 it's not available on, but it is on the 4S. So I believe that if you have an iPhone 4S, there is an iOS 8 issue, and I've had some reports of people that have downloaded it onto their 4S and are having problems with the app itself. So if you have a 4S, I wouldn't recommend downloading the iOS 8 until they get it fixed up.
Excellent.
But, excellent. I've got a great question from Jody, and I got to tell you, I've been playing with this app in beta testing for over 2 months now. And when I first started using it, I ran into some of the same, issues and same thoughts. I guess I'll say at this stage of the game, Jody, our app is not an end-all, be-all. It will be one day. But let me give you two different scenarios. Her question was, we take a picture and try to tag a retail item to cannot find that retail item. So let me give you a couple of different scenarios. You're trying to tag something. I'm not saying you are, but let's say you're trying to tag something that just hit the market, that brand new tennis shoe, okay? Or something a little bit older, that pair of tennis shoes you bought a year ago, and you're trying to find that specific pair of tennis shoes. You're searching through 19,708 retailers, and even though that is a lot, that brand new shoe or that old shoe might not be connected to our retailers yet, okay? Or you might have to, scroll through a whole bunch of tennis shoes, and it might be in black from the retailer, and yours is red or pink, and that's what you're looking for. So, all I can say is at this stage of the game, out of 19,708 retailers, there's a whole bunch of things out there to tag. So instead of trying to get extremely, and you can work it. I know I have. I had a friend of mine This is when we first came out on beta test, and Ed was looking for Nikon D3300 DSLR. And I was like, oh man, I'm being challenged now. But I stayed with it. It took me about 5 minutes, but I actually found it through the app. In fact, we found it through the app. It retailed for $799, and we found it for $500, and I think it was $58. Huge savings. So if you stay with it long enough, if you're really persistent, yes, you can find it there. But you know, the more detailed you get, yeah, you got to realize that out of 19,708 retailers, it just might be, you know, an item that's just not carried by those retailers. It might be out of stock. It might be, you know, something that's just not that easy to get a hold of. So tag the things that you feel comfortable with. Tag the things that the app does find, and have fun with it. Remember, it's a social experience first. Try to keep it that way. You can't find that item you're looking for. You can take 5 or 10 minutes and try to find it. Really drill down, see how good you can do. Or just tag something else to that image is kind of where I'm going with this. Keep it light, keep it fun, keep it exciting, keep it relative, and go have fun with it and create a whole bunch of leaves.
Okay, I've got one here that I don't know if this is going to be a Lawrence question or Mike. Maybe you know this. You've been pretty familiar with the app there. It says, can you tag someone in a comment so that they'll know you're talking directly to them? So if I was to, and I'm gonna change that just a little bit. If I was to comment on a leaf, will there be a notification going back, push notification or something, letting the individual whose leaf that is, let them know that somebody's commented on it?
Well, that's not I don't think the question, Ron. What they're asking is if they can say, at Ron, check this out, and shout out to you, to tag you in a comment so that it gets your attention to check something out. I think is what they mean by that, and that is on the list to be done in version 2. Also, if somebody comments on your leaf, of course, that push notification already works right now. So if you have a leaf and somebody comments on your leaf, you'll get a push notification on this very first update that we're pushing right now. However, to shout out to somebody, for example, at Ron or at Lawrence or at Mike, that's going to be worked into version 2. If it's going to come earlier than that, we'll let you know, but definitely into version 2.
Thank you. I have another one here. Mike, you still got your screen up. I'm not able to see it, but Jody is asking, can you show me one more time how to add people to my news feed? I thought I had it, but it's not working for me.
Okay. We're on newsfeed right now. Can you see it moving, Ron? I just want to make sure I'm broadcasting.
Yes.
Okay. From newsfeed, we're going to hold a finger down, and we are going to swipe to the left and get to discover newsfeed. Wait, what was the question?
Can you show? I lost the question. Hang on.
Oh, great.
I know. Can you show? Where did it?
How to get somebody's leaf into the main news
Oh
feed?
yeah, no. How do you add people to their news feed? How do you follow people?
Okay. Following people, go into your Discover newsfeed. That's where you swipe to the left, and you'll be in your Discover newsfeed, and you'll find something that if you're seeing something here that you don't see in your newsfeed right at the top, it's probably because you're not friends with them yet. You're not following them yet. So we're going to tap on this. I don't know if this one's specifically going to work because I didn't check. We're going to tap on here. So we're looking at that, and you're saying, you know what, I'd like to see, this guy's posting a lot of really cool stuff. I'd like to see this in my main news feed. Simply go up and start following him. You click the icon in the upper left-hand corner, the profile icon. Oh, I'm sorry, this gal. You can see already that you are not following them. So click on follow. And now we're following Carmen. Okay. From here, you can also see who Carmen is following, who her followers are. Maybe you know Carmen real well. You start picking up other friends that way too. But as soon as it gets done loading, we're going to back up out of this. We're going to hit cancel up in the upper left-hand corner. As soon as that gets done loading, wait for it. Okay. We're going to hit cancel. So we're backing out of her profile page. We're swiping her leaf away, and we're in the Discover newsfeed. Now, when I swipe back over to the main newsfeed, right, swiping to the right, wait a minute, where is it? Draw down and refresh this screen. Okay, draw all the way down and refresh, and you're going to see her leaf populate right. Really, it's going to populate right. Okay, wait for it. And there it is. You're now seeing those headphones in your main newsfeed, okay? And every other leaf that Carmen has created, you're going to see in your main newsfeed.
Okay, we got, let's see here. Somebody's saying they're stuck on their camera roll. Or Chris, I don't know if it's a she or he. It looks like a he. I've double clicked, nothing. There is no back button. Just roll with an arrow. How do I get out of this screen? So he's gone to create a leaf, and he's in his camera roll. He's trying to choose a picture, and it's decided that he's done. He doesn't want to do it after all. That he doesn't want to create a leaf. How does he get out of there? Should be
okay. I'm in my camera roll right now, so I kind of follow. Oh wait, am I still broadcasting? Yes, I am. Yes, okay, so I'm in my camera roll. Okay, right up in the upper left-hand corner. Cancel. Take you right out of your camera roll. From cancel, hit cancel down at the bottom, and you've canceled trying to create a leaf. Creating a leaf, camera roll, open a camera roll. No, I don't want to be here anymore. Cancel in the upper left-hand corner, cancel down at the bottom. You're done.
Okay, as I scroll up, it looks like the leaves are duplicated. Do they continue to rotate with no end?
No. And you will have
no,
some leaves.
that is not the case. There's people that do.
And you will have some leaves that.
Sorry, can you hear me okay, Mike?
I'm muting.
Okay. Yeah, so basically, no, that's not the case. There is people that are doing duplicate leaves, like they may not have thought they created a leaf, so they accidentally created it twice, but we're not duplicating leaves. If there is a bug, if we continue to see that, and we do not believe it's somebody just accidentally did two leaves on the same picture, then we'll address it, but we haven't noticed that issue yet. When we've seen some of the duplication, we've noticed some users have reported they didn't know they posted it the first time, and then they tried to do it again, and it ended up posting twice. Sorry about that, Mike. Go ahead.
Nope, you're fine. We both had the same answer. So, yeah, it is not duplicating in the news feed. Again, like Lawrence said, yeah, it might be a little bit of a glitch, but let me show you how to make sure, just so we can keep our news feed clean for everybody. You know, drop into your profile page once in a while. Okay, that's the upper left-hand corner. Hit that icon and drop in and take a look at your own leaves. Okay, because I know sometimes I end up creating a leaf, then another leaf, then another, and I'm using this as a demo, right? And I'm showing somebody what I just did, and I end up creating 5 or 10 beach balls. So just go ahead and clean this up. How do you do that? I know I'm going to be creating another leafit beach ball again soon. So we covered this earlier. It's those 3 dots down in the bottom right-hand corner of that leaf. Simply tap on those 3 dots, hit delete. So if we all self-police our own news feed, our own leafs that we're creating, we'll help cut down on the number of duplicates we might see in our news feed. Okay. I'm not saying that you couldn't have a bug in there, a little glitch in there. If there is, we're going to find it and fix it. But just self-police your own leafs and make sure that we don't have, because there's one right there. So Songman, that's Dale. So Dale's got one there, created 16 minutes ago. He's got the same one up here, created 16 minutes ago. Could be a glitch. Could just be that, like Lawrence just said, it didn't look like the leaf took. I'm going to go create another one real quick. Oops, they both created at the same time.
Okay, Mike, Crystal is asking, she says, I'm sorry if somebody already asked this, but how do you make a leaf off of someone else's leaf? Like, can we make the same leaf off of theirs?
No, that hasn't been asked that I know of, and the answer is no. Okay, not in this version. At 2.0, if Lawrence wants to chime in and talk about that, I'll let him. But on version 1.0, once a leaf is created, it's done. That doesn't mean that that image is exclusive to that person. You could create a leaf off the same exact Bing image that they create a leaf on, or you could both have the same friends over at Facebook, right? And they shared an image with you both, and they both showed up in your news feed. You could create a leaf off of that image. Your friend could create a leaf off of that image. So you could both create a leaf off that same image, but you cannot repost. I cannot take this image right here that's already been turned into a leaf unless I want to take a screenshot of it, right? I mean, I can take a screenshot of that, crop it down, and repost it that way. But Lawrence, if you want to cover anything else on that.
Sure. Thanks, Mike. So basically, to elaborate on version 2 of that, and that has been elaborated on for the version 2 build that's being worked on right now. Allowing retagging or resharing, if you would, has been thought of and is noted. The questions that we're asking, and we're interested to get feedback on this, especially since all of you are here listening. But what we're wondering is, if I took your leaf and shared it on Leafit, and then a sale happened, would we split the commission, and how would that be perceived? So that's really the question that we're still playing around with for that.
Okay, we're going to go another 6 minutes, and then we'll end the call at 7:30 Pacific this evening. So let's grab some of these questions here at the bottom of the page as well. I've noticed that when I post a leaf to Twitter, it has a pre-written message. Can we write our tweet and maybe some hashtags in the next version of the app? Lawrence, do you want to take that one?
Sorry, there was a little bit of a cutout there. Could you repeat that, please?
Sure. Ernesto says, I've noticed that when I post a leaf to Twitter, it has a pre-written message. Can we write our tweet and maybe some hashtags in the next version of the app?
Oh, of course. We've already thought, yeah, of course, absolutely.
What is the amount of the commission for sale? Okay, that's not really for this call. I've already started reading it. Joe, the commissions can vary anywhere from 4% to 50% back to Leafit, and then you guys receive your percentage based on the e-commerce commission breakdown that you'll see in the compensation plan. You can download that in the back office. You can also download that at the bottom of the homepage of your replicated website. Okay, how do we get the commissions? Do you need a PayPal account? No, actually, we pay through iPayout. So when you go in your back office, click on Money and set up your iPayout account. Can we search by retailer? Lawrence, do you want to answer that? I know you're
on this version of the app.
Lawrence, do you want to answer that? I know you're directing that.
Yeah, not at this time, but what we're working on right now is filters and e-commerce optimization features to enhance your experience so that you'll be able to do more filtered direct price checking, retailer checking, so on and so forth. So all of this that you guys are asking about are all things that are obviously going to enhance the product and make it much, much better. And what I love hearing about what everybody's saying is that everything that we've been thinking at corporate for version 2 of the product is exactly what everybody's asking for. And that's what we anticipated, and that's what it makes us even more excited, knowing that the direction we're going in with this product is the absolute right direction. So absolutely, we'll be working that into future versions of the product.
Okay, Lawrence, stay with me here. Christian is asking, what if a site, he's talking about one of our retailers, what if a site that we tag an item for no longer carries the item? Do we repost that item with a site that does carry it?
All right, that's a very good question, because the difference between version 1 and version 2 changes drastically there. See, on this version of the app, there's an actual link tag to a leaf, right? There's and you can only tag one item to a leaf. But in the new version, by the time we get version 2 out, it's not so much a link that's tagged to the leaf, it's a search result. So you can do multi-tagging on the next version, and you won't have to, if that retailer goes out, it don't matter, because it's going to do a real-time search from when the search queries clicked from that leaf at that moment. So right now, all the leaves that are being created, if a retailer goes out or a product goes out, yes, you could call that a dead leaf. We did identify that problem, a month and a half ago during beta testing of the product. That's why version 2 is being built to do real-time checks based on when the person's shopping from the leaf at that very moment. So the answer to that question is you won't have to worry about that in the future. Currently, there's no capabilities of editing a leaf, and we really don't want to do any work to add that feature, because the next version of the app is going to take that whole necessity away. So I'm sure you understand it makes no sense to build a feature that would be going into the graveyard.
Okay, I got a couple of really important questions. These are getting kind of personal, though, guys, but I think they definitely need to be answered, especially the first one from Bill. I have a photo of 2 credit cards and a driver's license that I had to send to American Express, and it brought it into the Leafit app, and I don't want that in there for security reasons. Bill, if you're talking about your camera roll, because the only thing that the app is going to see of images that you've created is images in your camera roll. So get out of the app and go into your camera roll. Okay, not through the app, but outside of the app. Go into your gallery or whatever they call it over on an iDevice. Okay, get into your physical camera roll, not through the app, but your camera roll, and go in and delete the picture from there. And Bill, I promise I wasn't being cute or curt when I told you. Just go grab a teenager. Okay, any teenager with an iPhone will show you how to delete a picture better than I could explain it to you here. That you want to delete that from your camera roll.
Yeah, can I just real quick on that? Those pictures aren't in Leafit. When you see those pictures, it's just we're showing your camera roll. So if you want to pick a picture from your camera roll to share, you can. But those pictures aren't in Leafit. We're just connected to your camera roll. So if you don't want that image in your camera roll, like Mike said, you need to delete it, or like he also said, jokingly ask a teenager to show you real quick.
Right, but you want to go to your camera roll, not through the app, Bill, but your camera roll, and I promise you can delete it from there. Because as Lawrence is saying, we're not showing anything inside of the app that you don't already have in your camera roll. The other question, Chris is in a panic. He says, I'm still stuck in my camera roll, and I can't find a cancel button. I can't find a back button. I've got an up button. Guys, it's real simple. If you get stuck in a corner with the app, if you get into a glitch that we haven't seen yet, remember the one thing that's going to get you out of the app and reset it. Okay, that's your home button down at the bottom of your device, whether it's an iPad mini, or iPhone. Just hit that home button twice. Okay, it'll go here, and swipe that to the top. When you swipe it at the top, it's gone. Your headache is gone too. Okay, now simply tap on the icon again and open the app back up, and you will not be stuck in your camera roll anymore. Chris, before we end, if you could just let me know that worked for you. I don't want to leave you hanging, but anybody that's having any kind of glitchy thing, or you just get lost in the app someplace, do that. Double tap that bottom button, double tap it, swipe to the top of the screen, it kind of throws it away, and then open the app back up.
Excellent. Well, it's 7:31 here. Mike, do you have any last-minute questions you want to answer? Otherwise, I think we can go ahead and wrap up the call. It's been very productive this evening. I want to thank each and every one of our co-hosts here as they've been typing away in the background and working hard. And so, Mike or Lawrence, if you have any last-minute questions that you want to address.
I've got one thing if we could do real quick, Ron, and actually Dallas said that worked for him, the double tap thing. But you know what, you guys? A ton of time and energy has gone into this. I mean a ton, okay? And I'll speak for myself, but I know it rolls to Ron and to Lawrence and everybody else, and even some of you that have worked so hard to get where we're at right now. I think everybody that's on this call tonight deserves a pat on the back. But if we could throw a shout out to Lawrence, to Ron, and yeah, I'll beg for a kudos too. Man, just spread some love right now. This has got to be the hottest, coolest thing I've ever seen. It surpasses what I dreamed of when I first, the first time this notion even came up and hit a cocktail napkin or a whiteboard. I was like, can we do that? And here we are, and it got done. And I want to, it's a personal thank you to Lawrence for staying the course, for getting it done, for beating me upside the head with a baseball bat sometimes and say, Mike, you just don't get it yet, but you'll see. And all I can tell you, Lawrence, is I love you and thank you. I see it. I get all of it now, and I can't tell you how many times I was wrong when I didn't get it. And I'm stubborn, but between that stubbornness of all of us, Ron, you're included in this as well, we're all stubborn, but look what stubborn brought us. It brought us to where we are here now, and every single one of you that's on this call, on this webinar, you guys too. You stuck with it, you get it, or you wouldn't be here. You believed in the dream, and we're all here together, and I couldn't be happier to have the starting line that we've got right now. This app is hot. In my opinion and everybody else's opinion that I'm sharing it with, I shared this with a guy today coming out of another program, and he's looking at this and just his eyes lit up. I mean, his eyes lit up. He says, you got to be kidding me. Why haven't I heard about this already? I said, well, it just launched today. So the guy, we're at the starting line. Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you, Ron. I am so glad to have you on board with us to do all the things you're doing right now. I don't think people really understand how hard you're working right now and getting us things that we never were able to put together in the past. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you to every single person on this webinar for what you've done and where you're at. I'm going to say thank you to Corey Hunt. He's sitting here in my office. He just came in to eat some celebration cake. Thank you, Corey, as well, because he's kept his team together on this right here in the local market. Guys, to the moon and back. Lawrence, again, thank you. Ron, thank you as well, and everybody else that's worked so hard to get us where we're at.
Excellent. Thank you, Mike. Lawrence, do you want to address
Excellent. Thank you, Mike. Lawrence, do you
webinar?
want to address the webinar?
Sure. Guys, the fact that pretty much everybody has stayed on this webinar the entire time since it started, and we're over an hour and a half in, that shows, how attentive and excited everybody is. And just to reiterate what Mike Green said, I mean, we've all been tested. This project's all tested us, but we've seen the vision and we've seen a great product and something that has never been done before. And the excitement of that, and I guess the friendship and the bonds that we've generated here at corporate as a team together created the right synergy and the right timing to do this project. So it couldn't have been done without any one of us. I also want to give a shout out to the co-founder, Steve. Behind the scenes, he's working countless hours. He's done a wonderful job as well. And then the new team that's coming on to corporate, like you, Ron, and others that are just coming on board the last couple of months, doing an excellent job and really adding to the synergy that we have here at Leafit. All in all, we are excited. This is the starting line. This was day one. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll look back on this years from now, and you won't believe how it started, and you will be amazed with where you see it going from here. So thank you, everybody, for making it today's Q&A. I'm going to leave with that note. Ron, is there anything that you would like to say before we chime out?
Yeah, I want to say that, I am one of the newest members to the team, and I'm excited to be here. And guys, congratulations to each and every one of you on the webinar. And let's go forward and build the next biggest social network and change social networking forever. So thank you so much for coming out, and we look forward to supporting you guys and helping you build your business and build your social networks. We're right there with you. Have a good night, guys.